on YouTube.
I love my little fishes as they swim about their home. I love my little fishes as they swim about their home. When the sunlight shines upon them and their colors begin to glow, I am drawn into a world where my heart longs to go. I imagine scenes of beauty and feel the warmth of love. I love my little fishes as they swim about their home. I have traveled the world over, but never found a peace that comes from watching my fishes as they swim about their home. My heart is happy and I am content to sit and watch them swim. I will not be alone while these fishies are in my home. When the sunlight shines upon them and their colors begin to glow, I am drawn into a world where my heart longs to go. I imagine scenes of beauty and feel the warmth of love. I love my little fishes as they swim about their home.
Hey, Father Fish.
Hi.
How's it going?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm playing with my camera again.
That thing has a mind of its own, huh?
It keeps thinking, but it's stinking thinking.
Right? That's usually the way most automated things and things that have smart in front of their names are.
Yeah, he wants to do what he wants to do.
That's the way my smartphone is.
Huh. All right. Well, here we are.
Yep.
Hello. Hello. Hi, everybody. I guess it would help. Maybe I could get it down a little. This thing is a beast.
It sounds it.
It gets crooked easy.
And that's the one that has the auto tracking, right? It moves with you.
Yeah. That's as good as that's going to get. Well, we get uptight. It won't matter so much. I keep going out of the frame. I don't know why it's doing that.
Yeah, don't know.
Get it back further. That's a little better. I don't know. Got it.
I think Squirt's got it right. Most smart devices are usually dumb. I think she's got a good point there.
Well, that's good as it gets.
I think so.
Good as it's going to get. Glory.
Hey, it's just got a mind of its own.
Really?
There's probably some kind of trick to it. Just not sure what it would be.
Yeah, likely. I don't know. Getting it done before I come on screen. That would probably be good before we go live.
Yeah, that probably be a good idea.
On screen, but before we, yeah, that would be good. I thought it was though.
It looked it before you hit live.
It looked all right until the goblins came.
Right?
Doompa! Sailor in. Amazon ordered support. What in the world?
Sounds like it could be a scam.
I don't even know. It's out of Seattle. Hello?
Hi, yes. I have an Amazon package for you. I'm here at your business.
Oh, you're right outside? Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm going to unlock the door. Hold on a minute.
I'll hold down the fort for you.
Hold on the door, right.
Let's see. We've
Oh,
got
Let's see.
Joey. We've got Kim M. We got Moon Pie, Doom Pie. We've got Cinnamon Girl, Sailor Ed, the infamous Marty Marr, Squirt.
Oh, just right on that.
Definitely got a bunch of people in here. I also got some new people. Awesome, guys. Well, tonight is show and tell. There's a pinned link at the top of the chat. All you have to do is click that link and you can come up and show off your tanks. I'd love to see some updates on what all you guys are doing out there. Each Wednesday night, we have a lot of amazing tanks that come up and they're gorgeous. So don't be shy. Just feel free to click that link and I'll bring you up and show off your tank. We also got Darbwire. We got Isabel. We actually have a lot of people in here tonight. We actually need you to hand out some wrenches, Father Fish.
We got Father Fish back.
Yep.
We got a package.
Oh, cool. Every time I get an Amazon call, it's always a scam.
You know what's funny? The woman was delivering out of her car. She had her son with her, about a 9-10-year-old child who was carrying the package. So she thought, all right, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? What do you want me to do?
Oh,
We
let's
got
Squirt's up to show off her new tank.
Squirt there. Squirt is, yeah, she's just hot to try to get up here and do something. Guess we'll have to humor her.
Hi, guys.
I
Hey.
did
All right. Are you ready to see the brand new additions?
Oh, yeah.
ready.
All right.
Oh, my word.
Beautiful.
Look at this. Look at this. The toads are nice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at that. You know what that is? Wow.
Beautiful epistogrammas.
It's a double red, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Beautiful.
Isn't that gorgeous?
It
Made
is.
You have a
in male and female.
You got you got two. There they are. Sure
Yep.
enough. You got a boy and a girl.
Yes,
You
sir.
do. Looking nice.
The
Well, they're gonna be-
male's name is Flame and his wife is Ember.
Oh, that's pretty nice.
That's cute.
That is.
And we've got their house all set up.
They're gonna love that tank. Oh, you're gonna love it there. I was talking to a friend today who got some, and he's had them for a while. They spawn regularly. So
They
you
just came in yesterday.
will be excited to see the new babies.
Mm-hmm.
And they might take a little while, but it'll happen.
Yeah,
Nice.
I just got them yesterday. And as soon as they got in, Ember was already checking out the house like,
Oh, cool.
some good real estate.
Checking out the furnishings. Nice.
It's
Just
hard
like-
to find them in there sometimes. Oh, there he
Just
is.
like- right. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
good
very excited.
That's grand. Wonderful. How are you doing, Danielle?
I'm doing really good. I was a little bit sick the earlier half of last month, so I'm back to myself again, which is very nice.
That's good to hear.
Friend. Where do you live? We were discussing that earlier.
Mhm.
What state are you in?
I'm in Missouri.
Oh, cool.
Missouri. Oh,
I was
okay.
definitely off on that.
Missouri girl.
Yes,
Show
sir.
me where.
Yeah, somewhat. Let me see. This is backwards. Trying to fix the camera so it's not backwards, but it's still backwards. Why are you backwards, camera?
Yeah, sometimes they have a mind of their own.
Sometimes.
Backwards. I was
Yeah,
having
this is
trouble.
my left. Well, actually, no, this is right. So left. And it's backwards. That drives me nuts.
Oh, it does me too. My webcam constantly switches between each live.
Ugh.
Yeah,
Like
when
I
go
said,
to
smart
the restaurant,
devices I've found are dumb.
Right?
they like humans.
How are you doing?
Right.
What'd
Glory.
you say?
How are you holding up, Father Fish? You doing any better?
I'm better every day.
That's
Good.
Yeah, I got something today in the mail. It's a red light radiant mat that's supposed to restore cell structure and
That's
make your
cool.
body a little healthier. So I'm going to be laying on that tonight.
Definitely.
That sounds interesting
it'll
for
help.
sure.
Pardon?
I
Yeah,
think
well,
Dina said, let us know how it goes. And I said, that's really interesting.
It
yeah, I
is.
will. I absolutely will. Well, it's interesting to me that all of the breakthroughs in medical science, the curatives, are all based on Mother Nature.
Right.
They're based on sunlight, oxygen, and water.
Gee, it's almost as if God gave us everything we needed.
Amen
I
to
mean,
that.
Oxygen therapy is the big thing. And what they've discovered is that millions of years ago, when the oxygen level used to be substantially higher than it is today, and they assume that's why people lived longer.
That's
Why the plants exploded. There was everything was more abundant because the oxygen level was up. Well, they've discovered that that's oxygen in and of itself cures disease.
wow.
Just
That's
oxygen.
cool.
Increase a level of oxygen and everything gets better. Sunlight.
Amazing.
That's what this red light thing is. It's based on sunlight.
That's cool.
So sunlight, air,
Mhm.
and water. We're supposed to drink what? 6 quarts of water a day or some kind.
I've heard 2 to 3 of these. I don't know how big it is. It's bigger than my head.
Let's see. What is 8 times 6? Brain does not want to math today.
Yeah, 48.
Yeah, we're supposed to drink 48 ounces a day.
It's a
48
lot.
ounces. How much is this?
I don't think
This
mine
is-
tells me on it.
It's a 60. Yeah, there's 3 of these a day. That ain't so bad. I probably do close to that.
Yeah,
That
my
I can-
bottle is 20 ounces. So if I get 2 of those, then I'm doing decent.
Right? I try to get 2 of these in. It doesn't always work.
I know. It's so busy, and it's for some reason water just, I don't know, it just doesn't think, oh, maybe I should drink that.
Right?
It doesn't do it, right? I know. Brenda has she's got a big jug in the fridge
Mhm.
filled with water and lemon juice.
Ooh, that
Actually,
sounds good.
lemon rind. She scraped the rind and put it in. So it's very, very lemony.
That's pretty good.
It
I
does.
noticed nobody's into it big time except her. I keep forgetting.
Mostly, putting cucumbers in your water and letting that soak is super healthy too.
Yeah, it tastes really good too. I was surprised. I tried it. I didn't think I would like it. Loved it. Especially with
I
mince
didn't
meat,
get into it. I'd rather just eat the cucumber.
right?
Right. I was bragging to my brother and sister-in-law last night that I've been eating turmeric. I grate it on a grater, like one root, grate it, and then eat, just swallow it, just eat it. And she said, "Oh, I looked that up, and you can't eat too much of it; it'll hurt your kidneys."
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, I have no
No
idea.
on that. Wow.
Well, she is kind of a negative Nelly, I think, sometimes.
That makes sense.
You got to be careful with info online, especially because there's so many mixed opinions.
About everything. Yeah, it's true.
Everything.
Yeah. Well, what else have we got going on here? I was thinking about something. Oh yeah, Ryan and I are gonna do a two-way video, a collab on the problem. Now this is a problem, an aquarium problem nobody has ever done a video on. Nobody ever has, but it is probably the most serious issue that everyone confronts when they set up an aquarium. And nobody disciplines it. Nobody does anything about it until you're forced to. And even then, you chomp and fight against it. It is the problem of, dare I say it? Should I say it?
Yeah,
You just have to wait until the video comes out, lest somebody steal the idea.
Right, there is that. Nobody will steal this one. The problem of time. That time. That takes a little thought, doesn't it?
That actually
everything in the aquarium happens over a period of time. Nothing occurs instantly. You don't throw everything together and instantly it's perfect. It takes time for it to develop. It takes time for plants to grow. It takes time for fish to get really healthy and vigorous. It takes time for all of the biology to grow and develop. And if you're not, that's why patience is so critical in a fish tank, because you have to give it time to become what it will become. So the problem, we're going to talk about the problem of time.
That's going to be interesting.
That'll be
That
fun.
would be a good one, because that is something I've noticed is a big struggle for some in the groups, like on Facebook or on the Discord. They want everything to be lush and abundant all at once, and it's like, it takes time, y'all. You don't you don't get like this overnight. That takes like a month at least.
Right. Or more, certainly.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's like this 25-year-old tank I've got. I'm able to do things with it now I could not do with it 10 years ago. Wow. Probably not even 5 years ago. I don't think I can get a camera to it. I don't have a cable long enough, but I need to, because I'm getting ready to show it off. It's amazing. Just really amazing.
Hey, if you want to show it off tonight, when Brenda gets there, I can always text her and see if she's willing to come in there.
Well, yeah, we can do it on her camera. That'll work.
I love seeing the shop.
We'll do
it. I'm excited to see it. I haven't seen it since you moved it.
Well, it hasn't really been, talk about time, it hasn't been ready to be seen. it just kind of for the first day, today it really began to pop.
Mm.
And
So
I'm
it's getting reestablished.
yeah. Well, I had to do all new plants, all new fish, all new everything, new lighting, everything. Of course, new water, and that takes time too. The water takes time to stabilize. We think water is just water, but it's not. It's all the organisms living in it, the chemistry of all of which needs to develop. It's remarkable stuff. Adam is here. There is no past, there is no future, just the never ending now, says Einstein. What does he know?
I don't know. My favorite quote by Einstein was, logic will get you from A to B, but imagination will take you everywhere.
Love it.
Right. The best forum on the interweb. It is indeed.
It is.
So I'm going to wax philosophical about time. I had a professor in college who said there is one area of thought that if you think about it too long, it will make you insane. And of course, he was talking about time.
Well, it's especially crazy when you think about how God invented time and lives outside time, but how Jesus entered into time.
Right? It is.
And here's the thing, time is really a human construct. Time did not exist until Adam. That's when we began keeping time. Keeping. What is the word keeping? What? Keeping time. Strange expression.
It is.
You can't hold it in your hand. How do you keep it? Exactly.
Yeah, the more you try to keep it, the quicker it slips away.
That's about it, right?
It's like kids, your parents always tell you don't blink. Like my nephew, he's 23 now, and I can't believe it. It's just like, why aren't you still crawling?
23, I know.
Feel the same way about my nephew. And now he's a dad.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he's getting close to 30.
Ugh. Kids grow up too fast.
They do. It's scary.
Sailor Red talking about batteries and smoke detectors. Let's see. I guess you said we needed some wrenches. Let me
Yeah, we got a few people.
Let's see. There's Adam's carrying on here. Well, I don't see. There's Cinnamon Girls here. Prodigious is here. Oh, here we go. Okay, I see it. Stephanie, give her a wrench. And then Lisa without the cult jam.
Well, yeah, I feel like I should probably hop off of here so somebody else could get in. But I have loved every second of talking to you guys, and I missed everybody so much.
Glad to have you back.
Well, it's so fun to have you. You bet.
And I will keep everybody updated on when we've got some little babies.
Oh, please do. Looking forward to it.
You gotcha. That'd be great.
Bye.
Both.
Love ya.
Let's see. I'm still doing wrenches here. Dudley and Isabel Cullen. and Dudley. We got a bunch of them. Yeah.
We got a few on there.
Yeah, a bunch of new folks.
Mhm.
Well, Sim Ramesh, here's another one. If you are new, post a comment, just even if it's just to say hello, so you can get a wrench. That makes you a member of the club.
Mhm.
Let's see if I got everybody. We do. Think so. Krista B, Jacqueline Fritz. Jacqueline is a member in good standing, and of the YouTube channel. Ken Jacob, I can. Nice to see you. All right, let's get back over and look at myself there. Ta-da. Bobby Fish could discuss what is this? What are we doing here? The double split aggregates are going to donate changes back. The changing back part, I didn't know. That's really interesting. That means reality is a rubber band.
Right?
Well, no, it's not. It acts like a rubber band.
Mm-hmm.
So it's obvious that observing something changes what is being observed. There is no objective observation because the observer is always in the observation. So whatever it is we think we're looking, we're seeing ourselves reflected in it.
That's
which
an
is
interesting
why,
point.
which is why whatever we do when we create a fish tank,
Mm-hmm.
we're creating something that is appealing to us if we do it well and do it right. And that's why we do these natural aquariums, because you really can't fail with them.
Right.
No matter what you do, you really can't fail because it maintains its balance. But your observation of it, what you put into it, affects what it is, and so it reflects your efforts and who you are and what you're about back to yourself. So we're looking in a mirror.
That's an interesting way to look at it. That's pretty cool.
We're looking at a mirror as if we were, that reality. That's amazing stuff. Darbar, why would Nubius and Earth Lane Flat and Lake Products look like? Could you skip the dirt? Or does that provide benefits? Oh, I see. Could you skip the dirt? Well, if you skip the dirt, you would wind up with a thick bed of mold that would ultimately suffocate the plants. Unless you were constantly cleaning it, in which case you would be removing nutrients from the system, which would cause its growth to slow. So putting a Nubius in a bare tank, and then depending on the fish that are in it, whatever food or nutrients you put in it to get it to grow. I mean, you could theoretically do this and just keep putting fertilizer in the water and it'll grow. It'll grow abnormally, which is the problem with fertilizers. I've discussed this a number of times. Just quickly to go over those steps again. The problem with fertilizers is that they only do one, maybe two things. And there are a whole lot more things than that going on in the life of the plant. When a plant is growing, it roots, for example, it puts out a hormone that affects the local bacteria around it in such a way triggers certain of those bacteria to generate, to become hyperactive. And in the process of doing so, they create a certain specific nutrient that the plant needs. So it's like the plant is an orchestra director, and all of the bacteria are the performers. And the plant needs a certain tune, a certain sound, or in other words, a certain nutrient. So it has the horned bacteria or the flute bacteria or whatever triggers becomes active based on the hormone and creates the very thing that the plant needs. Well, fertilizer can't do that. In fact, it short circuits it. So it really ignores the hormonal activity of the plant and simply gives it whatever is in it, whatever nutrients are there. Typically, they are leaf nutrients and fruiting nutrients. So that's what you get. You get great leaf growth and you may get flowering. What you don't get is root development and stem development. That's at all adequate. I mean, it'll be there, but it won't be strong and healthy the way it would if it were allowed to do that naturally. And that happens in a substrate. It happens in basically a soil bed. It happens where all of the nutrients are held essentially in suspension until they're needed. So that's all that. What is this? We have Wilson Cuevas. Will, oh my word. Look
Wow.
at this. What a stunning pond.
Good afternoon, everyone. So here's the pond. I have a long time. I haven't jumped on this stream. How you guys doing?
Doing good.
Good, that's a beautiful pond.
I can't hear you guys, but hopefully you guys are enjoying this as much as
This
I
pond
am.
is amazing.
Can you hear us? I don't think you can hear us.
Now, real quick, I noticed this. Oh, I hear you now. I noticed this one guy here all by himself. Should I be concerned about that?
Well, I don't know. Just watch him, see what happens. He may be taking a breather.
Now, oh, probably. Now, I got another question. I'm gonna.
Yeah, what's your question?
Okay, I'm gonna run inside real quick. I'm running. Now, my angelfishes, they keep spawning, but
What about? Hey ho! Are you
I
back?
can hear you, but you guys can hear me. These angelfish is male, female, and they spawn right over here, but nothing yet.
Any eggs?
Yes, a lot of eggs actually, but then when I wake up in the morning, they're all gone.
Okay. Well, they're eating them. They're probably not mature enough to know how to do it. What you can do the next time they lay eggs, take them out and put them in a separate container and let them hatch out. But then you're going to have to provide food for those babies. The babies are big enough to take baby brunch.
Okay. So you think I should get them? Oh, cool.
Yeah,
This
I
little
would
guy
do
was
that.
born here. That was amazing. A Corey, right?
You break it up real bad.
Mhm.
It's got a baby Corey there.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, he was born. This ugly thing here. Watch it. I don't know what is that. It looks like maggots.
Yeah, we cannot understand
It's
anything.
happening overnight too.
Yeah, we've got a lot of breaking up on our end. It's hard
What
to
is
hear you.
this?
What are we looking at?
Little things right here. See, they look like maggots everywhere.
Huh?
Maggot.
I put. It looks like maggots. Yeah.
Are they leeches? Your angels should be eating.
Sales type.
We're having a lot of breaking up on our end.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, Wilson, you're breaking up so bad we can't understand anything. Try to get control of your volume of your microphone there and come on back up. We'd love to be able to talk to you,
Yeah,
but
definitely.
it was really distracting because we couldn't understand anything you were saying.
Mhm. We get 1 to 2 words and then it would cut off completely. So
Yeah. But we'd love to have you back. Try to work with your equipment a little bit, see if you can get that figured out so we can have a conversation. Love to do it. Thanks for coming up.
Mhm.
We'll look forward to you coming back. That was a beautiful pond, Dina.
Oh, it was. That was
Just
breathtaking.
pond.
I also
Yeah.
posted a link to the Discord channel. I figured that might also help you out some.
Yeah, that's true. Get over on Discord where you can get a lot of those questions answered. That's really what it's there for, to help you figure out what to do about this, that, and the other thing. Give you some thoughts and ideas. And all of the people who are helpers over there are people who I have approved of. Or my Eve has. They're people who know what they're talking about. They're fully aware of the system that we're teaching, and it's consistent with that. So, not all problems require that kind of knowledge, but lacking it creates an environment where there's just a lot of misinformation. So we try to avoid that by keeping our helpers focused on our primary cause, which is to help people develop their tank naturally. All right, what are we going here? Just camera crew working well. Is it?
Hey, it's
better.
following you.
Yeah, it's centered, isn't it? That's on.
Yeah.
Let's see
Maybe
what
it just
happens.
had to be switched on for a little while. Maybe that was the problem. I don't know.
Maybe, yeah, I don't know. Now it's showing a blank wall. Well, I was trying to get more of the aquarium in. Wilson is back. We're gonna get back to him. Let me move this. If I move it manually and hold it in place for a few seconds, it won't go back, except it does.
Got a mind of its own.
You little bugger.
Right?
Look at that. It won't stay there.
That's so
Honestly.
strange.
Right there.
And it instantly pans back where you're in the center.
And if I turn the whole thing,
Wow.
it still doesn't. It's insisting on that frame. Look at that.
Right?
I don't know what. I think it's putting me in the center.
I think
That's
so.
what it's doing. So if I go this way, it'll bring it back. Huh. Well,
Strange.
now. All right, that's what it's doing. Okay, let's get back to Wilson.
Mhm.
See if we can hear him. Hi there.
Do you hear me now?
Yes,
Much
that's
better.
much better.
Okay, real quick. I got these little things that just exploded in here. It look like maggots or assassin snails. I need to get rid of that. That looks ugly.
Snails. Okay. Those are MTS, Malaysian trumpet snails. And the reason you have them is because if they were not there, your tank would crash and all the fish would die.
But it's a lot.
Well, it shows how much more food you're putting in there than is needed.
Got
It
it.
also shows the other thing they're compensating for is a lack of plants. You have a few spindly plants rather than a lot of very bushy plants. There's a little more over there, but it's not a lot of plants. A lot more plants would be. That is a stunning pair of angels.
That they
They
are.
are just beautiful. They're albino, which is unusual in itself.
Yes,
Yeah.
I hear you're gonna start delivering fishes. I can't wait.
Yes, we are. We started with bettas and shrimp,
Oh, cool.
and we're going to be getting fish up every day.
Well, these guys are your shrimps from like almost a year ago. I got a smaller tank here with some chili rasboras, I believe. Yeah, they're in there somewhere.
Yeah, that's a nice fish. Where are
Yeah,
you
so that was
from?
it. So leave those things alone. Those things are part of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't worry about them. They're not causing any harm at all. They're really helping to keep the tank clean and healthy.
And the most exciting thing was when I found that little guy. Where is he at? Oh God. When I found that little guy over there when he just hatched. Oh my God, that was so amazing.
I bet.
Nice. That means you've got pandas spawning in there. Now they lay their eggs usually on the side of the glass early in the morning. So if you see it, you can remove them with a razor blade, put them in a separate container, and let them hatch out, and then feed them to get them up to half an inch, and you can release them without the angels eating.
So that was just one that survived by luck, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. Somebody wants to say hi to you. Say hi, Luke. Say hi.
Hello. Hello. How are you?
He loves the fishes. He loves them. But thank you so much, Father Fish. Happy to see you well. Many blessings that way.
Thank you.
Dina, keep taking care of him, making sure everything's okay.
Do my best. Thanks.
Bye-bye. Say bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you, guys.
Thank
Keep
you.
doing a great job.
What happens if I move?
It's gonna follow you probably. I wonder how close you can get to the edge before it actually just whips around and puts you back in the center.
I don't know what it's doing.
I don't think it does either.
It's lost its mind.
That's definitely an interesting camera.
What is this? The dreaded spindly rating. What is
Don't
he?
know.
Oh, they're gorgeous angels,
Mm.
aren't they? That's amazing. Yeah, look at this. Everybody likes the angels. Sunny
this
is
a
here.
beautiful pair.
Yeah, there we go. Look at that.
Mhm.
Right. Blue Man saying you need the snails. Right. Ah, right. Turn it off. Yeah, I don't know. There's no switch on the thing. It's just kind of a solid state unit, I think.
It's a really interesting camera.
It's doing its well. It's the low end of that technology. So what you get is all you get is the technology. You don't get the ability to manage it. It sort of manages itself. Oh well.
Right.
My first effort. You know.
There's probably some kind of trick to it. It's got to be like some kind of hand gesture thing you've got to do or something. I'm not sure. I've never actually played with one, so
Gesture.
right. It would be funny if it automatically changed position while you're doing that.
I don't think it matters. They're doing anything different.
Not yet. Oh, which tank was it that you wanted Brenda to show?
Oh, Brenda? Get your camera online.
Yeah,
wanna-
she's getting everything set up. She just want to know which
Okay.
tank.
Okay. Yeah, I want to do the 25-year-old tank in my office. We created a work of art today. Abuse. It's abuse log. It's a magnificent piece of driftwood, about a foot long, that has abuse plants that we've been growing out, a bunch of them, including a white rose, which is just a stunning little plant. So we'll show that. We'll show that when we get that together.
Definitely excited to see that.
It's really pretty. That's one we're not going to. That's one we're not going to sell until we can get it multiplied by at least 50 times. Here
Right.
she is. Turn your dog. It's off. Can you turn your volume? It's off.
Let me try turning mine off. Maybe that'll help.
You have to turn mine off.
Let me see if I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay in there. I can turn my volume on. I think, I don't even know how to do that. Let's see. Let me look at if there's something I can do.
Try again.
Audio.
I muted my phone and it's still doing it.
Adjust volume and cut my volume down. Stereo audio. Okay, I don't want to do that. I can't do much of anything else. I can reduce my volume.
I see in StreamYard where it shows me I can mute the mic. I don't.
It's worse than it's ever. Yeah, we should be able to turn it off. I don't know. She said her volume was off on her phone, but it apparently is. Like you can't turn the volume on your phone off totally. It doesn't allow you to do it. It's never been this bad though. She's all the way at the other end of the room, and we're getting feedback. I don't know what we can do about this.
Well,
If-
In StreamYard, I see where I can mute mics. Would that help?
Well, now we're getting feedback from you. Huh.
Don't know.
Let's see. Let me take her off. Does that say something?
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, no, it's the camera. It's
Well-
the phone.
Will it help inside StreamYard if we just manually mute that way? Because I see over the top of our photos in StreamYard a little mic, and if you hover over it, it says mute. Would that help?
I don't know. Let's see. We lost her.
Yep.
She's offline.
Try to come back on, Brenda, and we'll see if we can get that fixed. And I'm kind of hearing an echo on my end. Is there echo now? We lost your audio quite a bit.
I don't know.
Can't hear ya.
Try this. Come on in here, Brenda. We've lost your video.
Mm-hmm.
Which doesn't make a lot of sense because I can. No, I don't see it. Move your camera a little bit. I'm going to see if I got a live picture in your
I
phone.
don't think it's a live picture.
No, it's not. I'll tell you what. Go off and come back. Let's set it up again.
Yeah, that might be what it needs.
I think if I mute her, that'll fix it.
Okay.
I think. Let's try that.
Hey, we'll try it and see.
Yeah, so we don't have her picture right now.
Mhm.
Let's see what I want to do here. I'm going to kick out of the studio.
Mhm.
So come on back in. Jacob's here. You know what? I got a blank screen from Jacob. Jacob, are you there? Oh yeah, I can vaguely see. There he is.
Yeah, I'm here. Can y'all hear me?
Yep.
All right. Mhm. Yeah, I'm getting my this Friday I'm getting a Hydra light and I'm fixing this, and then I'm gonna probably cut 75% of this out, open it up, put my brand new light in, and let it regrow.
Yeah, don't cut it. Pull it out by the root, just in the front. Then you'll be able to use it for that new tank you're setting up.
Well, that's for this tank. I don't have the weight to be able to support all that. I'm barely getting away with this one.
Is that right? You're doing good.
Yeah, you are.
But once I get that though, I'm gonna have a whole bunch on, probably over 15 tanks. I've already got them all situated in my brain how I'm gonna set them up.
Nice.
Awesome. Can't
That'll
wait to
These
see them.
big, look at that.
So red tail start.
Yeah, this is what snapped light. That's why I couldn't show up Sunday, because somehow this got moisture sitting right here, and I went to go
Yeah.
pull it and it snapped.
Oh wow.
So it destroyed that one. So now I had to go back to the old school, which got transformers. This got transformer in it, and it makes like
Yeah,
noise.
fluorescent.
You can see the fluorescent. It's like a pinkish white. See the pink?
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's dim compared to LED. LED produces so much better of a prism coming out.
Oh, it
Oh, it
does.
does. Yeah.
Look at the dullness to the brightness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's
But
an amazing
I seen-
difference, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I seen my crawfish last night and it was every bit of this long. It was almost 4 inches, I bet.
Wow. Yeah, he's got a
And
lot of food
it
there.
it's got it's got at least 1 inch claws on each side, about this long.
Nice.
Oh, awesome.
But I'm not
Very
losing no fish. I'm not having nothing grabbed. So I think that crayfish is doing all right. But if it does start grabbing stuff like some of my precious fish that I don't want grabbed, it's probably getting yanked out. I'm not dealing with that.
really. True enough. True
But I
enough.
mean, 6 months. This is 6 months. I still don't have no buildup. Look at this. Look, it's just sand and a mud cap.
Ooh,
6 months. I beat the
right.
system for this time. Look at the loaches. They're getting big. Sharks in the way.
That's a pretty
Nice.
shark.
And the loaches,
There it
that's
goes.
one of the is, but the other one's really fat. It's at least got a 1 inch girth already. Oh, here he is. Look how wide he got. That's a big one. He's getting big.
Yeah, it is. That's a
So
pretty
That's
one
a big
too.
one.
Yeah.
They're gonna get bigger, but I don't know. I mean, if I put them, I was looking at a 75 gallon, and honestly, they got a good deal on a 75 gallon, and 75 gallon would be sweet.
Oh yeah, they're nice.
I seen that at Petco, a little over 200 for a 75 gallon. Is that an okay price for a 75?
200 for 75. Yeah.
Rimless.
That's
It's rimless.
oh, nice.
Wow, that is a
So
good price.
Yeah, I
it
think it's a
wouldn't
good price.
this. It would be rimless. It wouldn't have that. It would
Correct.
just be this. But I don't know. Does this rim make a difference?
Well, it's an aesthetic issue.
Okay.
Yeah, 75 rimless, it's going to be really well built because that means it doesn't have a frame on the top keeping it from bowing.
Mhm.
So it'll be
Right.
thicker.
So you look at that
across,
right underneath.
it'll be a better quality tank.
I keep my tank right at roughly around 83.5 to 84, and they're doing wonderful with about 83, 84 degree. There's my female. She likes it.
Beto likes tanks without the rim. He said they look prettier. I think that's true. I've got a couple of rimless, and they're very different. These
Oh
cubes
yeah.
I have are rimless. A couple of them anyway.
But this
Nice.
Friday, I'm getting my light, and then I'm gonna do all that, and then I'm gonna open her up.
That'll be cool. Look forward to
That
it.
way, because I've noticed some of my angels, they are getting stuck in this. They're actually having a hard time.
I'm in the studio.
Oh, there you are.
It's
Hey, we're gonna get
it's
back
so
to
thick,
Brandon here. I want to show this tank. Anything else, Jacob?
no, I just wanted to let y'all know how good the tank's doing.
Well,
Yeah,
thank you.
thank you.
Look forward to
Thank
seeing the big
yeah,
changes.
thank you.
Mhm.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Bye now. Let's see. Let me get this up here. All right. Let's see. Ah, got it. All I do is mute it.
Hey, that works.
Okay, now what do? I go to here.
Mhm.
Okay.
Wow.
All right. So yeah, this is the 30. It's actually a short 55. It's a 30-gallon long. It's 4 foot long. You can see the edge of the new piece of driftwood with all the views. That's a dwarf dragon goby. Now these are views on this wood. Keep scrolling that direction to show us the whole new piece. That white is a piece of, it's a rose views.
Oh,
That's a
wow.
plant. Those are leaves. Isn't that incredible?
It is.
It's got that one. I don't even know what that is. It's some kind of a bucephalandra, but I don't know what kind. It's a stunning plant. It's long, pretty purple leaves. There's moss in here as well. There are, I think, 5 different kinds of use on this piece of wood. And
That's
we are cultivating all of them. We're culturing them all in culture trays. And they're doing quite well. We're real pleased with it. We've got about, I think it does, that's the dwarf. Let's see if we can catch some of the other fish. There are at least 2 other species. You just saw the dwarf dragon goby. They're all hiding. We just put new lights on it today and cleaned the glass, put this new display in. But there are fish in here. There's read the names of the 3 fish that are there, Brenda. What are they? Nudiceps.
Stephadon.
Oh, the Stephodon, yeah. Right. Somebody is in the cave.
Oh, cool.
Did you see him scoot to the back?
Mm-hmm. John Shane asks, what kind of plants are they? What all kinds of plants do you have in there, Father Fish?
Well, we've got these all the views of Philandra.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a lot of different things in here. That tall, skinny one, and they're all still juvenile. Those are Aponogetans. They're bulb plants. About 3 or 4 different kinds of bulb plants. Bulbitis is in there. We have Madagascar lace somewhere in there. The red leaf is the tiger lotus, a dwarf tiger lotus, and it's the aquatic phase. So we keep the leaves trimmed as they're going up. That one is a sword. That's probably a rose sword. We also have different valves. I'm sorry.
This one here is a rosette.
A what? A rosette? That's a rosette. Yeah, Brenda knows what they are.
These are crypt.
So we have cryptocorinne, that's crypt, right in front. A few swords, some val, some crypt.
There's another ball.
There's a nubius in there, I think. There's a ball right in the middle, yeah. Do we have any anubias in there? That's a val.
Just what's on the ball.
Ah, right.
The rest of it is swords.
And mosses. Yeah, those are some swords that have been in there. Well, there were a few plants that came in with the tank from when it was at the house. So there it is, looking pretty good. Now,
It is.
what we will see, we're talking about time and growth and development. You will see this tank will become very lush and beautiful. We will be getting more fish in it. Right now, we've got about maybe 10 fish in there, 10, 12 fish, but they're tiny and they hide. So we never really get to see them much. And with the new lights, we didn't have bright lights on it before today. It's the first day with all that light. It's sitting in the window and it was doing fine in the window, but we really couldn't see into it very well. So I decided to go with some major lighting, which is going to make a big difference with the plants and probably is going to give us an algae problem in the short term. But we'll just deal with that. Let's see. I don't think we can see anything in the shrimp tank.
We do have that white rose on something else.
Oh, you want to show it off?
Do you want
Okay.
to show that shrimp first?
I don't think we can
Wanna see
see
them?
anything with it. We have a lot of shrimp in there, but
That white rose is an amazing plant. I've never seen an aquatic plant like that before.
I hadn't either. I was so surprised to see it.
Is it difficult to grow or is it just like any other plant?
Well, it's it's abuse. It's like abuse. I think it is abuse. So it doesn't grow in soil, although we're culturing them in our dirt, but we're culturing them immersed. So they're out of water so this is its first experience living in water. So we'll see what it has to neutralize itself to that condition. And of course, it's no longer in soil, so it has to begin feeding from the water column. There's a nearite snail.
That's a beautiful one.
Looks like an empty shell, I think. Is that an empty shell? She's been gluing stuff. I think she glued that nearite shell on there. That's kind of cool, though.
That
That's
does look
funny.
cool.
Yeah. So we're making more of these kinds of structures, particularly for anubias and buttes and mosses. We have a lot of mosses we're growing out as well. So these, and we have these for sale, and they're select. So we have a picture of one and have that one listed. Let's see, I can turn her volume back on
Oh yeah.
so we can hear her there, and she can hear us, so we can hear her. And
We can
we'll
hear
let
you,
people-
Brenda.
I'm listening to a commercial from the computer, but this is bulbitis on the piece of driftwood.
Oh, nice.
And that's not a live snail. That was just a shell we found.
It's a beautiful shell. Love the pattern. Is that a natural pattern?
Yeah, it is. That's a nearite.
Yeah, all my neorites are kind of an olive green.
Well, there are a lot of different varieties of
And there's
nearite.
this one.
That's a
That was an
nearite.
empty shell. It was an empty nearite.
I love the way you have the seashells arranged. That is really cool.
That's fun.
It is.
And there's another one we did today.
Yes, yeah. So these tanks, we're working constantly on these tanks to kind of dress them up and make them more attractive. It's a long, slow process, but it's beginning to really, the effort is beginning to really show. The fish seem happier.
And this is Nana and Nana Gold.
Beautiful. I love the way you did the shells on this one too.
Oh,
That was way back there.
yeah, we started these tanks with a lot of valve and a lot of chain sword. And it established itself really well. But then we began pulling it back and replacing it with slower growing, more variety plants. And they're beginning to fit into the overall decor and growth of the tank. Those are Chloris marleri, the checkerboard ones. They're
Those are
from
really
Lake,
cool.
yeah, they're pretty fish. They're from Lake Tanganyika. And the barb swimming around is the mascara barb, the one with black on its nose and tail. These are mostly gouramis. This tank is due for a makeover. We just have a few scattered gouramis left in there. We had a lot of rainbows in there initially.
Love that sword. That is huge.
Yeah, there's some pretty swords. It's a geophagus. And there's a blue, electric blue acara. They spawned in there a couple of days ago. This tank is probably our most unusual tank. It has at least a dozen oddball fish. They're more exotic fish, many of them. They're fish that get quite large. That was a peacock bass we're just looking at. There's a peacock bass. A lot of these are hiding. Makes it a little hard to see them. The peacock just came in and we've had a little trouble getting them to eat, but they seem to be coming around. We just had to keep food in front of them pretty much indefinitely. A little biker.
Oh, he's cute. Love the swords in that tank. Wow.
Right. These are all African cichlids from both Lake Tanganyika and Lake Malawi. And they're all juvenile. They're like 1 inch to 2 inches. So they're all smaller. We can get these a lot cheaper and grow them out and be able to have really nice African cichlids. To be able to buy these fully grown is $25 a piece minimum, wholesale, which makes them enormously expensive. By doing this way, we can retail them for $25 when they get bigger. A pond. I don't
Love
even
that
know what's in
pond.
the pond now. We've been pulling so much stuff out of it. We'll let what's left in there. Brenda's got all the fish trained to feeding by hand.
It's so cool. She's the fish whisperer.
That's a giant gourami, that gold one. He's now about 6-7 inches. They'll get upwards of 2 foot long. They get really quite large. Osphronemus.
They are gorgeous.
Ew.
I love how they just sit there and watch Brenda. They're so interested in her hand. That is just so cool.
Yeah. There's a couple of different cichlids in there as well. And some koi, I think, if they haven't been eaten up. I see a couple. They're little koi. They're like 2-inch koi. We had to get the big fish out to be able to put them in there. We've got a couple of pike cichlids that are about 1 foot long that had to come out of there. Let's take a look at the Abba. See how he's doing.
That'd be cool.
Brenda, keep playing with the fish. Let's look at
That's
Right
so
now-
cool how they just get mesmerized by her hand.
Where are you going?
What do you want to see next?
They have man in there. Is there? That's the Amazon type. Yeah, there. I think there's at least one disc that's still in there.
Oh, yep, there it is.
Angels, yeah, sure enough, right in the front. Some they're about half a dozen species in that. And the big African type. Now, notice how you cannot keep plants with African cichlids. This is a perfect example of how you cannot keep plants with African cichlids. And if you notice on the surface, there is not one single nipped leaf. And that's not because we take them out every day. It's because we don't get them. Should be hiding. There he is. Little baby Abba Abba.
Oh, cool. Oh, there he goes.
Scooting to the other side where he can hide.
Right there.
Hide in
That
the
was a
corner.
cool fish.
They are a very neat fish. There he is, right on the bottom. They get about 4 foot. They're from the Nile River. They're blind. They have no eyes. So they depend on sonar to move around and feed. And one of the things I've discovered about them, I've had them a number of times, and only recently discovered that not only are they shy, but you can't put any other fish in with them because they will die. They'll become so panicked by having another large fish in with them that they begin to contort themselves, and they twist themselves into a state that causes them to die.
That's
They
cool.
die in fear, essentially. A fish that you would think would be very, very tough and very hard is in fact extraordinarily shy. But if you think about where they live and how they live, they're in open water in a major river, the Nile River, which is a mud river. It's so thick with washed soil that you can't see an inch into it. So they never encounter anything. And if they do, they dart away. And they can swim as fast backwards as they can forward. So they dart out of the way immediately. In a tank like this, they can't get out of the way. So they just, they die. Darndest thing. And this is what killed the big one we had. This is a lungfish. And he didn't kill it. He was just in with it. I thought I could put him in there. And they weren't fighting. He wasn't giving the Abba any trouble. The Abba was actually, I think, a little bit bigger than him. So I really didn't anticipate a problem. But then they looked, and after about one day, the Abba had become very frail. It had become contorted. Was trying to somehow hide. I took it out and it died. Just did not survive. This is our puffer, our fugu.
He's pretty.
He's a nice guy, and he's eating real well. He's getting real healthy. I think he'll be fine. It's always touchy with new fish because you never know how they're going to do. We got 2 nice albino arowanas in here. that are about 10. One's a good bit bigger than the other, which is odd because 2 weeks ago they were the same size.
That
And
is.
now one of them has just jumped up and is 3 to 4 inches bigger.
Is
than
it
the other
possible that you have a pair, a male and a female?
Well, it's certainly possible. We'll see. The big
There.
one's not bothering the small one at all, so they should do okay together. Now, this is a fish. You can put other fish in with them, but you got to be somewhat careful. And you basically want fish that'll live kind of on the bottom. These are South American. They come from the same water as the discus. They're a UARU. These have spawned for us a couple of times. We have not gotten a hatching yet, but the babies, just like with the discus, will feed on the mucus of the parent as their first meal or first food. They do that for about a week and grow very quickly, eating that coating, that slime coat from the fish, so that they're born very tiny, and within a week they're about quarter inch and can then go on other kinds of food. I don't know exactly what's in here. They're chocolate cichlids. And then we've got a Central American in here. I don't remember what it is. I don't think it's got a tag on it either. That's a chocolate cichlid. And that's a chocolate, that little one, I think. That is. And then there's other guys. I can't remember what they are. Something I hadn't had for years and thought I wanted to get, so Barb got himself tangled in that tank. So these are the newest tanks, these 5 tanks. And we set them up to be able to put some new and unusual fish in them, which we have done for the most part. They will be, the population of these tanks is going to change, particularly when the fish that are in that big 125 begin growing. Because they'll get big enough, we won't be able to keep them in there and they'll have to go in their own tank. So we'll see how all that works out. But we think we've got enough tank space now for a while, for another 6 months at least, to be able to manage the little fish as they get bigger, barring selling them all. And that's, of course, always a possibility. But if that happens, we'll simply replace them. So we want to have these larger arowana. The only thing we don't have yet are stingrays, and they will be coming. It'll be probably another month before we'll be able to get stingrays, but we will have them. And they'll probably be in the tank with the arowana.
Oh, we've actually got a question about that tank we was just looking at. Works FM93 wants to know, is it just 2 sponge filters running in that tank?
These tanks, yes. The big one in the middle, we have a canister on that. But yeah, these are all 40-gallon, and they have they've got 2 sponge filters in them, 2 large sponge filters in each of them. We're working now on installing an air system where we'll have one pump delivering air to everything. We got a big 3/4 horsepower air pump that we're trying to get hooked up. It'll be another couple of weeks probably, because we have to do a lot of drilling and fitting and whatnot. But once that's hooked up, we'll be able to do away with all these little pumps we have and we'll have a lot more air. This tank has, we had a pair of buffalo that spawn in it, and I decided I wanted to give them the tank. So they have the tank. That's buffalo heads down the bottom there. You see moving around. We've now added a few other fish. We've got some tiny little fish that came in that we ordered. We put them in here so they would be safe. We've been putting Plecostomus in here. There's the male buffalo head. There are about 10 babies that are now a little better than a quarter of an inch. And in there, can you see the tail? She's not in there. We've got two black zebra plecos, which we're hoping is a pair. They seem to be nesting. So, all right. Very nice.
That was a really nice tour. Very nice tour.
Yeah, it's really beginning to. The tanks are beginning to look really nice.
Mm-hmm. We got a few questions for you too.
All right, well, let's do that. What do you have?
See, first up, we've got this question. We got about 6 questions to go over.
A plenum is an empty space at the bottom of the tank. The research that has been done on plenums raises doubts as to it doing anything, having any, how can I put this? Having any unique effect. In other words, it's been tested alongside tanks otherwise identically established with soil and sand sump base. This was done by GARF, the Geothermal Research Facility in Idaho, some years ago, where they researched plenums and non-plenums in saltwater systems and determined that there was no difference. It was not a negative, it was not a positive. It just made no difference whether it was there or not. Now, when you have a plenum, the idea of a plenum really grew out of the undergravel filter, because that's what that is. That's a plenum, a blank space, an empty space underneath the substrate, which is sitting on a slotted tray, and water is driven through the gravel, through the plenum, the tray, through the plenum, and back up into the tank. I did that for years, just like everybody else. It is a way to maintain a pretty stable tank, and it's pretty effective at what it does. It has to be cleaned out. It's not a permanent arrangement, and usually it's 6 months to a year. Well, every 6 months to a year, it needs to be completely broken down, taken apart, and cleaned. The gravel becomes foul. Any plants you have become entangled in the tray, and ultimately prevent water from going through it, so it loses any effectiveness, which is part of the reason it has to be broken down. A number of problems develop that are essentially not solvable by the structure of the system, and it requires substantial intervention in order to overcome those issues. The issue of anaerobic is kind of a red herring. all ponds, all bodies of water, as the water becomes deeper, the oxygen level, the amount of oxygen in the water reduces. So as you go deeper and deeper, there's less oxygen. In 10 feet of water, when you get down to the bottom, the oxygen level is at about 5% of what it was, what it is at the surface. So it's substantially reduced. It's not gone, but it's substantially reduced. Now, when you get down to 100 feet, there is no oxygen. It's utterly anaerobic. When you go into the substrate, it almost instantly is 100%, and there's no oxygen there at all, except what's being pulled through by the activity of the plants and the microfauna living in it that are flowing water through the system. Microorganisms, most of them or many of them, have what are called flagellates. A flagellate is like the wings on a bird that are waving. What they're doing is feeding. They're really mouth parts, kind of extended mouth parts, some of which are on the outside, all of which are on the outside of the body. But some of which are nowhere near its mouth. They're moving in order to create water flow and to bring food to them. That action of millions of those little flagellate animals causes a current through the substrate. And that occurs both in gravel and in sand. It occurs in soil as well, for that matter. There are other kinds of animals living in the soil. When you get down deep enough into the soil, it's primarily bacteria and certain kinds of microfauna that they do deep dives. They'll come up to a level where there's a minimum of oxygen. They'll breathe and then they'll take a deep dive. And they may go into that totally anaerobic layer for hours feeding, and then come back up and do a CO2 O2 exchange, and then go back diving again. And those are animalcules. Those are macrofauna, micro and macrofauna that are able to do that. So there's a lot involved in that process, which is why it's so absolutely vital to be able to bring that extensive breadth of diversity into the aquarium in order to be able to establish that kind of environment. Of course, the big bugaboo for most people is, oh, but they're afraid of parasites. I was watching my old Parasite movie recently, and it's a lot of fun. You need to catch it if you haven't seen it.
Definitely.
There are a couple of different ones. There's one on, this is a good parasite for your aquarium. That's a really good one. That only has 21,000 hits, and it's
Really?
about 4 years old. Yeah, it's amazing because it's a stunning video. It has so much information in it and so much research, and tells a story that that nobody else is telling about the value and the importance of parasites in a tank. They're absolutely vital. 99% of the parasites are feeding on other parasites.
Makes
They're
sense.
controlling the parasite population.
Mhm.
You see that especially if you have a well-established food web with a well-cycled tank. You will never get ick in that tank, because when the adult parasite, if you get one spot, you might see one spot. When it drops down, it immediately breaks into 240 babies. Doesn't exactly lay eggs. It sort of breaks apart. And out come 240 little babies.
That's a lot.
Every one of which are eaten by the other microfauna that's in there. So you'll never see another spot. They'll never make enough and out of there. Well, maybe one, but it's not like what happens in a clean tank where there's nothing to control them. And so they flourish, they explode. The population that absolutely explodes. They get covering the fish, which is a condition you absolutely never see in nature. In nature, never is a fish covered in ick. It cannot happen because as the babies are coming up out of the soil, they're being eaten by other parasites. Parasites eating parasites. So you need parasites in your tank to control parasites. Greg is here.
Hey, Greg.
Hi,
Hey,
Greg.
Fish. Hey, Miss Dina.
Oh, look
Beautiful
at
angel.
that. How pretty.
Hey, just the same old stuff again. I wanted you to maybe you could address something for me. I was on the stream kind of showing my stuff, and I got a comment about one of my tanks. And I was wondering if you could explain for people that's new to the hobby that might not know about it. And I'll show it to you here in just a second. I was, kind of giving an overview of my fish room to fish. And this person was real critical of one of my tanks. You can see they're all pretty clear, right?
Right.
Nice clear water, no yellow water.
It's awful dirty and mucky.
Yeah.
And you've got other fish in with your discus. How
This is-
dreadful.
This is the end. This is the end of a 4-foot tank.
Right.
So it gives you an idea. We got the fish room.
I was teasing. You do know that.
A lot of nice little clear tanks with no yellow water, correct? They wanted to give me some flack on this tank right here.
Oh, I see. Because of the yellow water.
And then they think it's aged water and non-filtered water. Said I needed more filtration on this thing. And it's black water.
Right.
I change the water regularly. It's my Optums. I take care of these guys. And
Right.
I use Kent black water extract, which you probably don't approve of. But there is a lot of Mopani wood in there.
It's a good
Lots of
company.
Mopani.
Yeah.
And it's meant to be a black water tank.
Well, and it maintains that lower pH too,
It does.
which can be difficult to do.
Right.
And these guys require it.
And they're super happy. Can you tell?
I absolutely can.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect.
Well, the person that had a problem with it, he used to be one of your followers and a nice guy, but he's just misinformed.
He lost his way.
He's lost his way, and I hate it for the young man. But it's just one of those deals. You need to, before you make a comment, you need to inform yourself on what you're dealing with.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. A lot of people put their mouth in front of their brain. They got,
Right.
I got to remember that.
one
Yeah.
mouth.
I mean, I've really tried to support this young man, and I don't know. It's just weird.
I think the other thing
I
that
take
happens-
pride in my tanks. I change the water. Y'all can see I raise a lot of fish, and
Right.
I was taken back by it more than anything. I was just like, I can't believe
Right.
this.
Well, I think young people particularly tend to think they're a lot smarter than they really are. We all do that. We all think we're
Oh, sure.
geniuses when we're
Sure.
19, not realizing we're dumb as rocks. But, you
Yeah.
know, somehow society promotes that false image and
Yeah,
prevents young people from learning humility and learning how to learn.
Right.
Mhm.
You know, and I just wanted to let this person's watching right now. I'm sure they won't say anything in chat, but they're watching right now. And I just want to let them know, you know, there's
Really?
things that you don't know about, you haven't learned yet. Why don't you try them
Exactly.
instead
Exactly.
of knocking them before you try them?
Mhm.
Yeah, and I guarantee you, if he was trying to follow Father Fish and left, he messed up and did not own up to his own mistakes because
True.
it's a foolproof system.
Earlier, you said that, and I quoted in chat that apparently not everyone can do this system, and I don't know why, but I mean, there's all the people around the world doing this system. How can, you know,
Yeah,
it
the
don't make no
people
sense.
who can't do it are the people whose ego gets in the way.
Well,
I've noticed that, you know, the folks who are doing this system successfully have a humility about them where they're able to kind of relinquish the process to nature and be gentle about it and back off and not as try to assume total responsibility or and for that matter a total approval for everything that goes on.
true.
We're really not in control. We can provide the resources and maybe provide a little bit of guidance
Mhm.
in terms of direction, but it's nature that's doing it. We're really not.
So true. Those are
All right,
cordial.
well, I'm gonna get on out of here. I just
Thank you so much. Good to
I
Good
see
want to
you,
thing.
come up
Greg.
and show a bunch of pretty clear water, so somebody can't say that
Right,
I've
absolutely.
got a bunch of yellow water tanks. You know,
Right, right,
I take exception to that, except for if I want to have it.
right.
You know. All
Yeah,
right, Father Fish. There you
thank
go,
you,
Miss
Greg.
Dina.
Love those pink angels.
Okay, I'm out. See y'all later.
Bye
See you
for now.
later. We've actually got a question from John Shane. Father
Okay.
Fish, how would you set up a sump for a freshwater tank? Would you advise to do so? And I'll be right back.
That's a really good question. Um, First of all, if you're going to set up a sump, there are so many different ways to do it and so many different reasons to do it. I think in a freshwater tank, the sump needs to be not down under the tank, but alongside the tank, maybe even a little bit above it, so that you can create either a water flow or a swamp kind of flow where the water is distilling through that media in which you can be growing plants and other kinds of marsh fauna and flow the water through it and back into the tank, um, or a waterfall, which is also a kind of sump. Doing a sump under a tank for fresh water, while you certainly can do it, um, all it's really doing is providing additional volume. It's giving you a bigger tank. It's kind of doubling the size of the tank without doubling the pleasure, if you will. Unless you can convert it some way to make it something visibly enhancing, something attractive. It certainly can grow plants in it. That's a viable thing to do. Even in saltwater tanks, saltwater hobbyists will typically grow stands of caulerpa in their sumps. I've had a lot of saltwater sumps, a very few freshwater sumps. I have had some. They tend to be disappointing unless you got a lot of light on them. And if you do, then what you're really doing is you're cycling water between two tanks. In fact, which is what a sump is anyway. So they're just a kind of random thoughts about. I'm not opposed to sumps. I kind of like them. I don't have any going here at all at present, and I probably won't. I do have one tank that came in. It's a 125 drilled, a very nice tank that I do plan to set up as a saltwater tank. So I probably will do some kind of sump, but I don't think I want to do a hidden filter sump. It's going to be a deep sand substrate, and I'll probably do the sump as a second tank down below it, or even alongside it, and cycle between them. Sump's a funny idea. When you think about it, it's really nothing more than extending the volume of water, expanding the volume of water that's available in that system, and then running it through whatever kind of filtration you're using, which is beneficial. I mean, I'm not in any way putting it down. I don't put it. I like sumps. I rarely use them because they're kind of a bother. You have to keep the water flow right, or you flood the place. And if the tank is not drilled, it becomes somewhat problematic to be able to keep it going without it stopping because of air infusion into the overflow pipes or whatever other problem, like evaporation, can cause it to stop working. Because you don't want more water in that sump than the tank will accept if it all gets pumped out into the tank and the overflow stops working. If the overflow gets clogged, the pump is going to keep water going back in the tank. So you don't want to have more water in the sump than the tank can accommodate, or it'll be on the floor. And there's a trick to how you achieve that that's really pretty simple, but is vital to make sure you do,
Right.
or you have a mess.
And we also have a question from Adam.
Oh yeah, that was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Who was it? 3G said that his blacks are more aggressive. I think they're also bigger and they're more dominant. And I don't think it's got anything to do with the coloration. They're all the same fish. It's the same species. It's like guppies, different colors of guppies or different morphs of guppies. They're all scalare angels. It's all the same species, just variations in breeding, truthfully. So no, I don't think there's a difference based on the variety. There certainly are angels established colonies that are top-down colonies with a dominant fish, a dominant male, subdominants, and then everybody else below them. There will always be a dominant male, and it may be if it's paired off, it'll be a dominant pair. Whatever it is, they'll be dominant. I've seen those fish 3G has, and those Black Sea has are astounding.
That they
It's-
are.
It's a remarkable pair of fish. They're very large, very healthy, and I can imagine in a tank with other angels, they would absolutely rule the roost.
Mhm.
But
They would.
The color really has nothing to do with it. It's the health, the dynamic proportions of the fish. Its size is a big part of that, and its general demeanor. Interesting question.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then we've got a
In most tanks, it's got more to do with size
Mhm.
than anything else. Go ahead, Brent.
We got a question from Mary Oliver. And I've never heard of this species. I don't know if you have.
I have. They're like a moth.
Oh, okay.
I've seen pictures of them. I've never seen one. I don't know if we have them here or not. The lanternfly. I'm not out much. I'm kind of locked in here or at home. I've not been able to walk very much, so I really haven't been outdoors much at all, and getting better and
That's
looking
good.
to get a whole lot better because I really miss being able to get out and walk in the woods and get
Oh,
in the
that's
water and whatnot. So I want to be able to get back into that.
Mhm.
At which time and in which case I will discover them if they're here. I'm sure.
Right.
They're I know they're particularly invasive and especially undesirable. But beyond that, I don't know a thing about them. They look like a little moth.
That's good to know. Yeah, I had never heard of them before.
You know, I just saw a picture of one the other day on some channel I was watching.
hmm And then we got another question from Mary Oliver.
Oh, interesting, isn't it?
hmm
Yeah, nobody's had their finger taken off. But now, it theoretically could happen. If it thought of your finger, if it thought of your finger as a small fish, it would grab it and shake. That typically what they do is they'll grab a fish that's maybe a little too big to eat. They'll grab down on it and shake very hard and shake hard enough to tear it in half. So I don't know that you could actually lose part of your finger. Would have to be an awful big one to be
Yeah,
able
it
to
would.
break the bone, but it could certainly hurt. But I don't know that it would do that because the whole hand is attached to that finger, and it would sense that hand and arm as well, which is pretty big, and would probably run away.
That
Or
makes
try to-
sense.
Yeah. But I can imagine the possibility. I've had it for years. I never really stuck my hand in the tank though. I don't think. Probably because they didn't want to take the risk.
Right.
Because they appear to be a very aggressive, very powerful, very dominant kind of fish. And it turns out they're not at all. They're predaceous. They are highly predaceous. They're not at all aggressive. They don't fight with anything. They run. And if they can't run, they panic. And they'll go into a panic state. Strange fish.
It is.
Which
You'd
is
think
why
it would be highly aggressive, but
they're not at all aggressive. But they are highly predaceous. They're living in, they have no eyes, and they're in water that's so murky they can only with their lateral line feel something, know that it's there, and then very quickly back up and bite. And that happens in a tenth of a second. Back up and bite, they grab it and then shake instantly. So yeah, that could be your finger, I suppose. I don't think I'd want to get bitten by a big one.
I don't think I would either.
Powerful animal. It's that lack of aggression I never saw until I put that. I had a group of them, 5 of them years ago. And I put them all in tanks with other fish and wasn't really paying close attention because it was a big store and I was moving around all the time. Within 2 days, every one of them were dead.
Wow.
Regardless of where they were. Again, they were all in with other fish. And they were big. They were a foot long. They were not little guys. They were all, decent size with larger fish. Not little tiny fish. Little tiny fish that were just eaten. But I've never noticed them. I only had those and the one here. I put the lungfish in with the abba, both are at the same size. Didn't last 2 days. At first it looked fine. They were swimming alongside each other. There was no aggression. It was seemed very peaceful. And then the next I looked, like the next morning, the abba is contorted, twisted in a big curve, like the death curve of a fish. Oh, there's a story. We got some clown knife fish and little ones, like 3-4 inch ones. And they're kind of sensitive fish. They're very shy fish. We put them in the big 125. That was me doing that foolishly because they were the same size as a lot of the other fish and met some of the same sort of conditions. We saw one of them today curled at the top in that condition that leads to death. Just lying on its side, curved over, flipping around, trying to swim, can't swim, obviously starved. Obviously was not getting any food at all, too shy to come out and eat, and not a plethora of food that would have allowed it to find a few things to nibble on. So we took it out. And I said to Jennifer, he's gone. She said, well, can I work with it? So she got an eyedropper and got some of the frozen mysis, which is a ground, very fine food, put it in the eyedropper and held the fish in the water with her hand and put the dropper in front of its mouth and got it to take a few little bits and then was able to get a little more in it. So she actually got it eating and within 15 minutes or so began to straighten out a little bit. Well, This was going to be a long-term process. We discovered this late in the afternoon. So she's taken it home to nurse it. And I'm very curious to see how this works out. I've never saved a fish that was in that condition, but I've never gone the extra mile actually trying to nurse it back to health. So we'll see if the ultimate fish whisperer really is in our midst. That would be a very big thing to pull a fish back from that condition. Then we'll see. What else you got? Anything else?
Oh yeah, we still got a few more.
Not necessarily. If you follow predatory fins, they do a lot with stingrays, a whole lot. In fact, one of the partners has spent his entire life breeding stingrays. They've traveled to China where they have been on stingray farms and bought from stingray. Well, the farms are really tank farms. They're not farmed outdoors. They're all kept in very sterile conditions, which I find somewhat problematic. I don't know if it's going to work out here. I may wind up spraying it for $400 or $500 and lose the fish, which would be a major disappointment. But I'm going to take the risk at some point here. I think it'll work out fine. I don't think it'll be a problem. But those tanks, they get big. They'll get like 18 inches in diameter, and they can get much, much, much bigger. I mean, I've seen pictures of stingrays in the Amazon that were 10 feet across, monster, like a big ray in the manta ray, like a manta ray. They get that big, and can be very dangerous, of course, at that size. But well, I think you probably can keep them in a low boy or a cube. They will do well. They need a large body of water.
Yeah.
They need to be able to go in any direction, at least 2 or 3 times their size. So if it's a 6-inch one, they need to be in about 18 to 24 wide and 3 to 4 feet long or deep and wide. I think that's the main thing. It doesn't matter probably so much about the height. They can be kept in lower water, obviously, because they're on the bottom most of the time, so they're not using that water column very much, although they can swim up the side, they can swim along, but they're primarily on the bottom. Cube is going to work better probably, but it's not critical. I've noticed that the displays in China are wider than they are deep, but they're very wide and very deep. And by deep, I mean front to back, as opposed to high. If they're 10 feet wide, they're 4 to 5 feet deep. And there are a lot of tanks that I've seen that have been that size with numbers of substantially large stingrays, like 12, 14-inch stingrays, and then maybe half a dozen or more.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. Getting into stingrays, that's something else. That probably, at this point, is the most valuable fish in this country, the most valuable fish in the hobby. The most valuable fish in the hobby is the red arowana, which is all over Southeast Asia, China, Japan, all over the Golden Crescent, and by the millions. Well, by the hundreds of thousands, probably not by the millions, but certainly by the well, maybe by the millions. More and more and more are being produced. They no longer exist in the wild. There may still be a population in Myanmar, but that's about the only place they are capable of existing in the wild, and only there because it's untapped. Has not been trapped out or otherwise fished for. But that's problematic too. So it's a good chance they don't exist anywhere in the wild, but they exist in captive populations by the millions. And in order for them to get into the industry to actually be sold, they have to be tagged. So they're all tagged, they're all numbered, they all have an identification tag in them. So at any point in time, that it's a known fish. They're known wherever they are. They run between, depending on size, 5,000 to 10,000 as a low to well over 100,000.
And
So
the red
they're-
arowana, is it illegal in the United States? It's illegal in the United States, isn't it?
It's absolutely illegal in the United States. They're not allowed to bring them in, which is a completely corrupt, insane, and absolutely outrageous ruling. It's a rule, it's not a law. It's a rule imposed by Interior and various fish and wildlife agencies. And the reason, of course, is that it does not exist in the wild. If it were allowed to become invasive and move into a population, it would not substantially damage whatever native population there was and would create a harvestable animal that would be of tremendous value to the fishing industry. So it's outrageous. It's outrageous for any number of reasons. The other of which is, of course, it's not going to survive in the wild. It cannot become invasive. It is not endangered. It is extinct in the wild, but is otherwise not endangered in captivity. There are millions of them, and they're being produced. There are farms all over China and all over the Far East that are farming them by the tens of thousands. I mean, literally. So what's it all about? It's just the arrogance of authority. It's all the world it is. And that arrogance being a function of ignorance and more interest in exercising authority than in understanding what that authority is being exercised in terms of. So I go to war with that. Now I would never violate it because I don't want to go to jail.
Oh, absolutely.
Or lose everything I have. You know, I could go out and kill someone and not suffer the damage that it would by owning a red arowana.
Right. It's kind of crazy when you think about it.
Murder is less of a threat legally to one than owning a red arowana.
That's wild.
The insanity is off the charts. And again, just demonstrates the tyranny that has taken control of our culture. And that's a tyranny that must be broken if we are to survive as a free people and not as slaves. It must be broken. And that's why we have the president we have. Plain and simple. Like him or hate him, that's why he's there. to break that tyranny. And frankly, for no other reason. Now, he understands that to break the tyranny, you have to free the people. And you free the people with a strong economy. Doesn't take the wisdom of Einstein to figure that out, but it takes an enormously powerful person to make it happen. So we shall see.
That we
If
will.
if he stays alive, I think he'll pull it off. But that's a very big if.
Mhm.
A very big if. There are a lot of enemies out there. Oh, what else do we got?
Then we've got a question from Works FM 93. You think I can keep a short body koi fish and a 20-gallon? It's small.
Until it's 5 to 6 inches long. I'll get a little bigger than that, and it'll. I mean, you could maybe go to 10 inches, but you'd be pushing it. Because it's body size. It's not just the length. It's a koi is a fat fish.
It's big fish.
And it burns up a lot of energy, burns up a lot of oxygen. I mean, at a certain point, and they tend to be high energy fish. And at a certain point, it just isn't going to survive. Yeah, if it's 3 to 4 inches, it'll be fine in a 20-gallon tank. And there's no reason not to keep it that way. You just want to be prepared to move it into a larger body of water as is needed. These are fish that get 5 feet long.
Yeah, they get big.
And weigh 100 pounds or more. I mean, it rarely happens, of course, but they can. When you look at the hatcheries in Japan, the koi hatcheries, they put their breeders out in mud ponds all summer long to feed in these mud ponds because they eat by processing mud and pulling out the microfauna, the macrofauna, and the algae that are growing in that mud. That's what they feed on. That's their natural food. They are, after all, a carp, which is a mudfish. Lives in the mud, feeds on the mud. And so they put them in mud. They put them in huge mud ponds. And they've got some that are 4 feet long and weigh, who knows what they weigh, 150 pounds? They're big. Right. They're monster fish. And they have 1 million eggs.
Right?
Which is why they do that, of course. But they do it with everyone they can. They're highly, highly selective to the point that any fish that's going to be kept for breeding is going to be a 1 in 1 million fish. It's going to be the best of the best of the best. It's interesting. I answered the question recently. Why do fish have so many babies? And the answer is because their babies are feeding so many other fish. The predation on small fish is almost 100%. Almost, but not quite. Those that escape, think about it this way. A normal fish, not a salmon that breeds only once, but a normal fish that's breeding out in open water, like a bass or a rock or a perch or sunfish or whatever, breeding in open water. They'll have, every time they nest, and they typically nest once a year, maybe 2 nests, usually 1. They'll have 1,000 eggs, minimum, 1,000, maybe 10,000. They'll all hatch and they'll all swarm out and they'll all get eaten. Every one of them will be eaten. And they'll do that over the period of their lifetime. They only need 2 to escape, to grow up, to have maintained their population. If 3 on average grow up, their population increases by 50%. If 4 survive, their population doubles. And that's over their lifetime, not just one hatching. They don't need anything, just anything at all to survive. Now, here's what's interesting. The same principle applies in breeding fish. When you're breeding fish, for other than mass sales, just getting the numbers up and getting them out. If you're breeding for qualities, if you're breeding for guppies for certain patterns, or certain color, or certain shape, or whatever, like koi. As the fish grow up and you're able to discern differences, you're removing those that are not desirable. And what do you do with them? Well, you feed them to other fish, or you grind them up and feed them back to your fish. You don't allow them to, you eat them, basically. You consume them. They become part of the reason they're all born to begin with, which is to feed other fish. That's why they're there. Ultimately, a few, very tiny percentage survive, just enough to keep population going. But the great majority are food. So is that their purpose? Is the purpose of a baby fish to be food for larger fish? Apparently so.
Right?
I mean, if nature is not utterly cruel and heartless and violent, yeah, they exist to further the total population of all of the animals in the system. Interesting stuff.
It is.
What else do we got?
We got a super chat from Work FM 90.
We got 8 o'clock is what we got. We have a super chat. Thank you, Work FM, very much for your super sticker.
And we got 2 questions. It's up to you though, because it is 8 o'clock.
Sure, let's do it. Yeah.
Okay.
No, I have not. Museum of Aquarium Pet History. No, I'm not familiar with it. Is it a YouTube channel or? Yeah, it's a Museum of Aquarium. Let me type it in and I'll go there.
And then we've got one last question from Music Videos Australia too.
Of Aquarium. What's it called? Music of
Aquarium. The channel you're looking for is Museum of Aquarium Pet History.
So yes, TORY. Aquarium and Pet History. Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, let me tell you that. That's great.
I'll have to make sure to look it up later.
Oh, yeah, it's cool. It has pictures of 1900s.
Whoa, that's going to be cool.
Yeah, I just hope it's got a good story. If you want to live to 100, if you want to live to 100, get a fish room.
Right?
MOAPH interview with Jules Birnbaum. Wow. 91 years old with a fish grown.
Wow.
Nice. That's great fun. Oh, they're doing a physical museum. Now, I made a
Cool.
donation. Oh, where is this? Oh, I've got, if it's the same one, and it looks like it might be. I have a tank I donated to that years ago. This has been
Cool.
years in the work. Wonderful. That's wonderful. Thank you so much for that. That's great fun.
Mhm. Thank you.
How would you cycle a fish intake without them dying if you cannot get good leaves? Are you in China? What does it say?
I believe so.
Okay, find a body of water that has fish living in it.
Mhm.
Don't worry about it being clean or dirty. Just look for fish living in it.
Mhm.
If it has healthy fish living in it, you can use whatever is in there. If the fish are surviving in it, it's fine. Go ahead and use it. And there surely will be bodies of water in your area with fish living in it. Fish are very tolerant and very capable of overcoming various problems. So don't get paranoid about, oh, the water in my community is so foul, I wouldn't dare use it. It probably is not. It very likely is not. In point of fact, it's rare that it is so foul that fish can't live in it. There are very few bodies of water so foul that fish cannot live in them. So look for something, look for any body of water that has living fish, and you'll be good. It'll be fine.
Perfect.
Okay. Are we there?
We're there.
We're done. Okay. Love you all.
Love y'all.
Wonderful to be here. Let's see if we can find our song.
Let me see. And
Oh,
say,
Little fishes,
I clicked it.
as they swim about their home. I love my little fishes as they swim about their home. When the sunlight shines upon them and their colors begin to glow, I am drawn into a world where my heart longs to go. I imagine scenes of beauty and feel the warmth of love. I love my little fishes as they swim about their home. I have traveled the world over, but never found the peace that comes from watching my fishes as they swim about their home. My heart is happy and I am content to sit and watch them swim. I will not be alone while these fishies are in my home. When the sunlight shines upon them and their colors begin to glow, I am drawn into a world where my heart longs to go. I imagine scenes of beauty and feel the warmth of love. I love my little fishes as they swim about their home.
Okay. We're gonna have a good time. All right,